What is up guys, Christopher Point, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we'll be doing a review with the Realme GT6. This is actually the very first time I'll be doing a review with a flagship from Realme, and we're not going to go in depth totally. We're just going to breeze through it based on my experience of using this exclusively as a daily driver for the past 30 to 45 days now. And with that said, let's do this. Alright, so this is the Realme GT6. This is basically their flagship in 2024. And for the longest time that I've been doing reviews for Realme, most often than not, the devices that I get to feature on the channel would be either an entry-level device or mid-range. So this is going to be special. This is going to be a first for the Crisis Point channel. So just like with other Realme devices, it comes with a black box with some yellow branding on it. What's different though is that it has this AI moniker on the upper left-hand side, which basically indicates that this device caters to AI functionality. Around back, we have some key talking points, specifically the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, a 6000 nits peak brightness display, new camera sensors, and a 5500 mAh battery that supports 120 watts fast charging. So inside we have a welcome packet that houses the new branding for Realme, which is Make It Real. Inside we have the user guided manual, as well as the SIM ejector pin, and a complimentary jelly case, which isn't the usual transparent one that we see. This time it has this smooth satin finish, which in my honest opinion was a really smart move. This of course is the 120 watt SuperVoo charger in the box and a Type A to Type C charging cable. So here we have the device itself front and center. This is what they call the nano mirror design. In essence, you're getting a glass on metal combination. So in terms of weight, this is actually at 199 grams. Personally for me, this is a relatively heavy device. I'm normally used to smartphones that is around 160, 170, but upon hitting 190 to 200, you're gonna feel the weight. But true enough, one thing that I appreciate with the GT6 is its curvature. Not only do you have a curved display, you also have a curved back, which for me personally is the perfect combination, because not only does it make it feel premium, but it also fits nice and snug in the hand. Now, as far as the display is concerned, this is rocking an LTPO AMOLED 6.78 inch display. This comes with 120Hz high refresh rate with support for HDR10+, Dolby Vision, and can go up to 6000 nits peak brightness, depending on the condition. For protection, this is covered in Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2. So we're talking top of the line flagship specifications here. Now, for those of you who know me personally or have met me in the past, most often than not you'd know I would prefer compact smartphones. But after having to use the GT6 exclusively for the past 30 to 45 days now, despite having a 6.78 inch display, it was actually a very enjoyable experience, be it for social media, playing games, or watching content. The display itself was so immersive, and because of the high resolution display, I was able to enjoy basically any type of content, period. Probably my favorite feature of the display with the GT6 would be the 2160Hz PW dimming. You see, I'm one of that small percentage of people who get so affected with AMOLED displays depending on the lighting condition of the room. So I'm happy that the GT6 comes with this feature because it lessens the strains on my eyes because of the high refresh rates, so it allows me to enjoy content regardless of what it is while having high refresh rates active. So that was a major plus for me in this category. Now in terms of photography, the Realme GT6 comes with a triple camera configuration, a 50 megapixel primary lens, a 50 megapixel telephoto lens, and an 8 megapixel ultra wide. This is able to shoot 4K at 3060 FPS and 1080p at 3060 120 and 240 FPS with EIS. In plain English, basically the experience that you get in photography and videography on the Realme GT6 is flagship grade. You'll be able to shoot quality images, use it for posters and images and whatnot for social media. You can even use it professionally as well if your work requires it. You're no longer dependent on a DSLR. This thing can get the job done easy. One of the biggest aspects of the GT6 in terms of photography that I've noticed while I was using this as my daily driver is the fact that it did not struggle one bit even when taking photos at night. It was such an amazing experience using just a smartphone and taking photos and videos. And because this is rocking a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, image processing in post was also easy. Now since we're in the topic of processors, as far as the GT6 is concerned in gaming, this is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 paired with 12GB of RAM with 256GB of storage and a 5500 mAh battery. During my testing, I actually tried a few games, and all of which were graphic intense games, specifically with Genshin Impact, and even with maximum settings, it was able to handle the game with no stress whatsoever. As you can see in the footage, the graphics was literally flying off the screen. It was that amazing that I don't normally see this type of graphics on a smartphone. Most often than not, the settings on the graphics for this particular game is always set to moderate, just so I would avoid encountering any heating issues. The GT6, however, I was able to max out everything and never encountered any heating issues. And this is just me talking in an indoor environment, no air conditioning whatsoever. What amazed me the most, however, is when I tried Call of Duty Warzone. You see, this title alone is probably one of the most demanding titles that you could play on the Play Store. And I've tried a lot of smartphones in 2024. Every single one of them struggled with that particular title, except this. Although unlike Genshin Impact, where it didn't heat up, with Call of Duty Warzone, it did heat up to a certain extent, but after a minute or two, the temperature went back to normal and the gameplay was awesome. I highly recommend this device to any gamer out there who is looking for a gaming smartphone that is affordable but doesn't have any compromise in overall performance. In summary, for the past 30 to 45 days, considering that I've been using this exclusively, I can honestly say if I were to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, this would be an easy 9.5 over 10. It would have been a perfect score if... no, it's a 10. You see, there's really not much to complain about because this device is situated in a way that this falls under the flagship category. And most smartphones in the flagship category is around $1,000 to $1,500. This is below that mark. I cannot stress this enough that not a lot of smartphones in this price point is able to provide you that level of experience regardless of what it is. Be it for general use, be it for photography, for gaming, multitasking, the works. This is by far the best Android device I've used in 2024, and I cannot stress this enough. So if you want to experience the same joy and happiness I've had over the past 30 to 45 days of using this as my daily driver as your next smartphone in 2024, I'll drop the links in the description on where you can get this for the best price. Now, if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, especially those who are considering of looking for a new smartphone, gaming smartphone. So let me know in the comments if you have any questions or inquiries regarding the Realme GT6. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if you'd like to see more awesome content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching. This is Chris once again from Crisis Point, and I'll catch you in the next. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising.